Hi everyone, I'm doing something different today. No analysis of deeper themes in film or cinematography techniques or anything like that. Just a short, fun list about my favorite scenes in all of cinema. The clips you're seeing right now are honorable mentions of sorts. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want to discuss your favorite film scenes, you can do so in the YouTube comment section. Let's begin. When people say something is iconic, it doesn't just mean that you remember it forever after you've seen the movie. It also means that you know it, even if you've never seen the movie. It's just edged its way into popular consciousness. That's this scene. I love the Indiana Jones films, and if I have to pick one scene that shows it off, it would have to be the opening temple scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I'm giving you a choice. Either put on these glasses or start eating that trash can.
Okay, this is a ridiculous scene from a ridiculous movie, but if I don't include it on this list, I'm just lying to myself. This is my favorite fight scene in all of cinema. It's hysterical. Keith David and Rowdy Roddy Piper in an alley perform wrestling moves, hit each other with whatever's nearby. It's a riot. Start eating that trash can is a bizarre line that doesn't entirely fit, but it's great. I can't help myself from loving this scene. The ending of Apocalypse Now. Everything has been building to this. Is Willard going to carry out his mission? And if he does that mean he becomes Kurt? Everything from the way it was shot, the shadows, the rain, the music from the doors, everything. It all comes together so well. This long, mythic journey becomes a sacrifice, a ritual. It's so striking, and I never get tired of seeing it.
Look, you know how these people lie? It's born in them. I mean, what the heck? I don't have to tell you. They don't know what the truth is. And let me tell you, they don't need any real big reason to kill someone either. No, sir. They get drunk. Oh, they're real big drinkers, all of them.
12 Angry Men is an excellent film. It's minimalist, taking place entirely in one room, and it relies so heavily on the performances, but it just works. And this scene in particular is probably the best. The man is in the throes of a racist screed, and every other member of the jury just can't stand the sight of him and won't listen to his prejudiced argument. It's such a powerful scene. Bear in mind this film was made in 1957, but it's still relevant today.
And in the dream I knew that he was going on ahead. He's fixing to make a fire somewhere out there in all that dark and all that cold.
The ending to No Country for Old Men. It always gets me. It always tears me apart every time. I feel like the Coen brothers have been sliding towards themes about the absurdity of human life for years now, like more and more, the darkness of it. Some have accused them of becoming the nihilist they mocked in The Big Lebowski, but I think this scene has heart. It's tragic, but it's not empty. And that's an important distinction to make.
I know this sounds silly. And I know that I might sound ridiculous, like this is the scene of the movie where the guy's trying to get a hold of the long-lost son, you know, but this is that scene. This is that scene. And I think they have those scenes in movies because they're true.
It's hard for me to pick just one scene from Magnolia to put on this list. It could have just as easily been the ending monologue or Tom Cruise saying, "I am quietly judging you," but Hoffman's performance in this film is among his very best. The way he talks and the way he very nearly breaks the fourth wall. It transcends what's actually happening in the narrative of the film, and he reaches into you, the audience. It's amazing, and I love it.
Yes. Yes, I did it. I killed Yvette. I hated her so much. It flames on the side of my face, heaving breaths.
In my top 20 favorite films video, I left out comedies altogether. I prefer almost any genre to comedy, but Clue holds a special place in my heart. It's my favorite comedy, and this is my favorite comedy scene. Miss White, after admitting to something, stammers out how much she hates Yvette. It's one of those movie scenes I can quote in the real world because we've all felt like that at some point. Even though Miss White can't seem to get the words out, what she is trying to say is hysterical. Although it's unnamed in the film, in the novel, this array of light is actually called the Stargate. 2001: A Space Odyssey might be one of the best looking films of all time, and the fact that its visuals from the 60s trump a lot of our 21st century blockbusters, it's a testament to how hard they worked on it. I mentioned in my full analysis of the film that this was accomplished through a process called slit scan photography. The psychedelic colors mixed with the occasional reaction shots from Dave Bowman take us on this journey. It's still incredible even to this day. When Luke Skywalker looks off into the distance, we see everything that Star Wars wants to be. A hero's journey, adventure, mystery. This is Star Wars, not over-the-top lightsaber duels in a volcano. Much like the Force itself, Star Wars is controlled by feelings, by emotions. Luke looks into the distance, but also into his future. The John Williams score swells, and it's just perfect.
All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
Rutger Hauer's emotional, largely improvised speech at the end of Blade Runner is my favorite scene in any film. The way it's shot with this blue haze over it, signifying his sadness, the rain pouring down. Honestly, in any other film, it would be seen as overkill, like a bit much, but the mood of Blade Runner from the very beginning is that of showing and not telling. It's a film in which you could take out what little dialogue there is and still capture everything, and this scene is the best example. Roy, our antagonist, is shown to be more human than his pursuers. When he reaches his mortality, he somehow achieves this humanity, at least on a spiritual level. When the doves appear, this shows that in some way, he had a soul.